Hi, this time I'll be looking at a little game called Little Drop of Poison. It's a card game for 3 to 8 players. It takes about 20 to 60 minutes to play, and it's from the ages 8 and up. Let's take a look at the game. And here's the game put out on the table. In the game we have 5 peasant rats, 5 peasant weasels. We have a rat king and a weasel king. And then we have different kind of poison. We have 4 colors. We have red, green, purple and blue. And in each color there will be a lot of cards with 1 drop of poison on them. And then we'll have 2 cards with 2 drops of poison. And then we will have 1 card in each color with 3 drops of poison. We will also have 6 cards with 2 different colors poison on them, and they will count as both a green and a purple poison drop. And there will be different colors on these. And then up here we have antidote. There's 1 antidote in each color, and if you play this one in the game, then all the purple poison that have been played, they count as nothing. And there's 1 for each color. And then we have the multi-antidote, which can cancel on all played poisons on a peasant or the king. In the game, you're trying to be the first person to get at least 10 points. And the way you score points in this game is by killing either the king or the other players. If you are a weasel in a round and you kill another weasel, you won't receive any points. If you on the other hand kill a rat, you receive 1 point. And if you kill the rat king, you will receive 3 points. If you kill the weasel king, you will receive 2 points. Only one of the kings will be active in 1 assassination round. If you are the rat and you kill another rat, you won't receive any points. If you kill a weasel, 1 point. 2 points for killing the rat king and 3 points for killing the weasel king. So that is the way you earn points in the game. And how do you kill the king or the others? In the game you will receive 2 cards. Each player will be dealt 2 cards, and you can play 1 or more cards. You have to play 1 card on either the king or another player. You can also play a card on yourself if you got an antidote or you have the multi-antidote and you want to remove any poison that have been played on you. So you could actually play, let's say, 2 cards to the weasel out here, and in the game you have to be aware of where you played your card or cards. And now another player will also play cards. In this case he could actually try and see if he was a weasel, he could maybe play it on the little rat. And when everybody has played their cards, then you look at what have been played. In this case he would have received 2 damage, 1 in each in purple and 1 in blue. So he isn't killed this round. And the mouse had 4 green poison cards, poison drops played on him, and then he would be dead. And the weasel here, he would receive 1 point. If on the other hand these 2 have been played on the king, and let's say another player played these 2 cards on the king, then there were 5 drops of poison on the king, and they would both receive points for killing the king. The rat, he would receive 2 points, and the weasel, he would receive 3 points. So that is how you get points in the game. And 1 assassination round ends immediately when the king is killed, or there's only 1 peasant left. Because in that case, then the king knows who is poisoning everybody. And the round stops, and you play a new round until somebody has at least 10 points. When you play an antidote card on yourself or on the king, then every purple In this case, every purple card drops, they are removed from the person, and that he can't be harmed by the poison of purple anymore. If you play this card on yourself or on the king, then all cards played on that person are removed from the game and will be shuffled in the next time. And this is how the rules are for the game. Now let's try and play a couple of rounds so you can see how the game is played. I will set up the game for 4 players. Here's a setup for a 4-player game. And when you are 4 players, it takes 5 drops to kill the king of the same color. I have this little mouse here as a marker for the first player. And the first player, he will start the game. They have all received a peasant. We have in this case 2 rats and 2 weasels. And each player have received 2 little drop of poison cards. So this rat here has 3 drops of poison. That's enough to kill another peasant. He will try to see if he can kill this weasel over here. So he'll play this card on the weasel. The next player will look at his cards and he will try to kill the king. He had 3 blues and 1 purple. This player will also see if he can kill the king. So he'll play 2 cards on the king. And this player, he has 3 drops of purple poisons. I think he'll play these cards on the rat that tried to kill him. We will now reveal the cards that have been played. And each person has to remember which card they have played. In this case, we have 5 blue poison drops on the king, so the rat king is killed. And the rat here would receive 2 points and the weasel 3 points. I have a Kickstart edition of the game, so I have little markers for damage and for points you have scored. So I'll put 2 over at the rat and 3 on the weasel. So then I have 2 and 3 points. This weasel over here is killed, so the rat over here will receive 1 point for killing him, and the rat is also killed, so the weasel will receive 1 point. And this ends the first round of assassination. Now the next round will begin. The first player marker is going to the next player, and we will then shuffle up the cards and deal new poison cards and new rolls for each player. Now the next round is set up. We now have 3 weasels, 1 rat, and we have a weasel king. The weasel king will swap each time, so next time it will be the rat king, and so on. The peasant cards, they are shuffled and dealt out to 1 to each player. And of course you also shuffle the poison cards and deal out 2 to each player. Now he is the start player, and he might say he wants to go for the king to see if he can score 2 points. And this guy might want to play an antidote on himself. And this guy with 1 green and 2 reds will go for the king. And he will also go for the king over here. So we will. Now this red is immune to poison of the blue color. And out here we have 3 purple, 2 green and 3 red. So the king isn't killed. There isn't 5 poisons of the same color. So these will stay to the next round as damage on the king. And this card is active for the red, so the other player can't play. Players can't play blue on him. Oh, they can, but they won't have any effect on him. Each player will be dealt 2 cards. Nobody died this round. The mouse will start. And I think he will play these 2 at the king. And he wants to see if he can be able to kill the king as well. That could earn him 3 points. So he'll play all his cards on the king. All his cards on the king. And this guy, he'll join the party. And he will also join the party. So let's see. We have 4 purples now, 2 blue, 4 green. He is killed by the blue color. And he played blue. And he played blue this round. He will also be killed by the purple and the green. And in this case, everybody receives points for killing the king. They all contributed with killing the king. If this guy over here, he didn't have, let's see, he had only played the red card, just for the sample. He had only played the red card, then there wasn't enough poison to kill the king in red, so he wouldn't receive any points. But the others, he played blue, and he is killed by blue. And this one over here, he played both purple and green, which also would kill the king. So all the other players, they would receive points. So it's a weasel king, so the weasel would receive 2 points. The rat here, he would receive 3 points again, like last round. And the weasel over here would receive 2 points. And a new round would start. We would have the new king. You will all be dealt a new roll. And the red king would be the king. And you might see that the other players would start trying to kill this rat, because he now has 6 points and he is close at winning the game. So even if you won't get any points for killing him, then you might want to kill him so he doesn't win the game. And you continue playing until one have reached at least 10 points. You end that assassination round, so until either the king is killed or there's only 1 peasant left. All the other peasants have been killed. And that is how A Little Drop of Poison is played. It's a quick little game, and I think you would enjoy it. If you like Love Letter, then I think you probably also like this game. It has some of the same elements as you try to eliminate the other players. You try to get your points. If one person is ahead, then you will go for that person and try to kill that person, even though you might not earn any points if you are a rat and the other person also is a rat. But you might have to prevent them from winning the game. And I kind of see that same element in Love Letter. If one only needs to get 1 letter through to the princess, then you will definitely go for that person in the game. I think it's a good game, and I played it with my group and they all enjoyed it, and we are definitely going to play it again. So if you like a quick little game, then this game might be something for you. Little Drop of Poison.